Hi, everybody. It's time for our lunch break musings for the day. Sorry about yesterday. I was homesick, just didn't have the energy to get up and do it. So, back to work today, back to normal. Well, partially back to normal. Loaded up in head medicine, so I'm a little loopy headed. I saw a news report this morning where there were some ICE agents. I think it was in Chicago, but I'm not for sure. But they were like standing on top of this like two-story building, or yeah, it looked like it was a two-story building, and they were standing like up on the top on the roof, and there were protesters down below on the sidewalk. But the protesters were just, I mean, they weren't even being loud. They were just parading back and forth and whatnot. And this pastor or priest, I'm not sure. He wore a collar though. Walked up towards the fence and then looked up at the ICE agents and was like talking to them, like asking them to, think about what you're doing, and you're not supposed to be hurting people and blah blah blah. And he's just like standing there with his arms outstretched, and he's just talking to these ICE agents. And one of them lifts his gun up and he shoots the pastor in the head with a rubber bullet. Knocks him out cold. I mean, the man hits the ground. A bunch of the protesters like dropped their placards and ran to him, and then that's where it cut off. So I don't know how hurt he was, but I thought, what is going to be the reaction, the pushback um, of this happening, especially if they can actually get this footage out on the airwaves. It was the I think it's Keith Edwards is his name. He's real popular. He's on YouTube. That's where I saw it, and so I thought, okay, let's draw some cards and see what kind of a response is there going to be. What kind of reaction or outcome? What is, that's the better one I think that I went with, is what is the outcome of this happening? Um, so let's see what came out. All right, first card is the Four of Wands. Now that's talking about community. So that's the community there that witnessed this. Um, they are, with the Four of Wands, you're talking about, usually that's kind of a coming home, spending time with family. Now, I'm hoping when it says coming home here that we're talking about the earth family that's all around this pastor, and that it doesn't mean the other, where it's the pastor going home, if you get my drift. So I'll have to wait and see what the outcome was on that. It also says that a community or family that comes together. So this action could really draw people together even stronger. People that may not would even get up and go protest, they're going to see this or hear about this from people that were there, and it's going to have the opposite effect, I think, of what these agents thought it would have. It's not scaring them off. This is going to piss them off, and you're going to have more of them show up. Um, and then the next card I got was the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands, we're talking about the vision of what we're going to see happening, what is going to be in front of our eyes. Now, a lot of times when you refer to vision, you refer to a psychic vision that you get, what spirit is showing you in your vision, and that I think is very true. but I think it's also going to be people seeing this, and it's gonna cause a very energetic response. Um, People are not afraid; they're pissed, and I think the fact that this pastor standing there peacefully talking to these ICE agents, he's looking up at them, his arms are outspread, and he's just talking to them, and one of them just whips his gun up and boom, shoots him right in the head. And I don't know, YouTube may pull this because I'm saying it, but I don't know any other way to say that. I hope and pray that it didn't unalive the pastor. I'm hoping it just, you know, was a minor injury. Um, but even still, that close range, getting hit in the head, and it looked like it hit him like right in the forehead, that could cause some really bad repercussions, um, because you got a lot of stuff moving around up there in that brain. Um, I think that this is going to bring about a really strong reaction because people are going to see this, they're going to hear about this, and it's just going to draw more people together to come out against what ICE is doing. And then I drew the Ace of Wands. Now, I know the Ace of Wands talks about new beginnings, good news, blah, blah, blah. Every time I pull this card, the first thing Spirit says to me is, that's a big stick, and big sticks are good at whopping people. So, ICE keeps up this kind of stuff, and there are going to be people that are they're going to use their big stick, and they're going to whop them back. Go away, fly. So, yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen because that can have an adverse effect going forward, because they'll figure that gives them the ability to be more uh, aggressive, right? So, but every time I pull that Ace of Wands, the first thing I hear in my head is Spirit saying, "That's a big stick to whop them one, bop them on the head." So, okay, and then I drew what card is this? The Seven of Cups. Okay, that's dreams, dreaming, wishful thinking. It talks about lots of options, lots of choices, multiple possibilities. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see this, hear about this, and they're going to start looking at their options of what do we do about this? This cannot stand. Um, and when you think about the fact that this was a pastor or a priest, it was a man in black and he had a collar. So I'm not sure if he was a Catholic priest or if he was a pastor, there's some of the other religions that the pastors wear the collars, and I going blank right now. I think like the Methodist and the um, crap. There's another one I can't think of it. I'm going blank. Um, so I think the fact that the people are seeing this and look at all those cups, and they all are full to the brim with all different things. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking at their options about, all right, how do we deal with these people? Enough's enough. It's going to have a really bad reverse effect than what I thought it was going to have. And then I pulled the Ace of Pentacles. That's two aces in a row. Um, this is basically the Ace of Pentacles stands for the potential for abundance. Um, and so, this is new opportunities, new job, money coming in, uh, prosperity, security. What this is telling me is that this is going to flip the script for a new uh, attitude among the people, because they're going to see this and the fact that these ICE agents shot a pastor in the head from close range is going to really upset the religious communities. Um, and I don't care what religion you are, I think they're all going to stand up and say, wait a minute. No, this does not go. Um, and then I pull the Six of Wands. Now, that's recognition. That's people looking and recognizing that these agents are willing to shoot a man of God in the head for trying to have a discussion with him. He wasn't screaming at them, he wasn't hurling slurs at them or anything. He literally was standing there with his arms spread out and was like just trying to talk to them, and say, what are you doing? I mean, why are you attacking innocent people? And then they up and boom, they shot him in the head. And so this is gonna this because it's a man of the cloth. This is going to be recognition on a different level, because people are going to look at this and think, wait a minute, you're willing to shoot a pastor in the head for talking to you. I think altogether we're looking at this is going to have serious repercussions. I mean, if they wanted to stir folks up, this is going to stir them up. Our job is to keep everyone cool, calm, and collected and not get violent. An action like this is done to try to stir up violence. And that's what all of these ICE agents and National Guard and all this and all these cities, that's the whole point. There's nothing going on in those cities. There's no chaos or anything until the current occupant sends his brown shirts in. And the minute his brown shirts gets in, what's the first thing they do? They're living their Hollywood dream of rappelling down on an apartment complex so they can grab kids and zip tie them together and put them in a van for hours. Some of these kids in nothing but their underwear. It's this false sense of power that they're getting off of this. It's going in and trying to make the people mad enough that they then get violent. And that's what they're waiting for. The minute those of us who are standing against them, the minute we get violent, and I don't care where it's at, anywhere in the country, the minute someone gets violent, that's going to give them the excuse that they're looking for to go full on, all out attack. So it's very important that we keep our cool. You can shout, you can yell, that's one thing. Don't be throwing things. Don't be bringing guns. Don't be bringing sticks or rocks or bricks or anything like that. And if somebody in the group that you're in does something, vandalizes something or does something violent, then you need to grab that person, isolate them, and march step them over to the police and say, hey, he's not part of us and he's vandalizing these buildings. Put it back in their face. That way they can't claim that you're part of the violent group. It is very, very important that we keep that separated, okay? All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Have a good afternoon. I'm going to finish my lunch, sit here, enjoy the cooler weather and the sunshine, and go finish listening to Linda and Benny and Viviani, who are doing a live together right now. And I've got them on my tablet and just watching. I can't hear them, but I'm watching. I'll plug my earbuds back into them when I get done. And y'all have a good afternoon, and keep the faith. The tide is turning. There are some major changes coming. There have been several in our community that have seen mid-October to November as being pivotal in change happening. So just be prepared, be aware, and stay calm. Don't fall for their trap of getting violent. Don't do it. It's not worth it. All right. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.